Good morning, everyone. We are Team 5 Star, and here we are to present her AI. Lisa, can we just start? Okay, so I want to start with a number that excites everyone in the room. It's 1 trillion, and that what is the contribution of AI to Indian GDP by 2035 will be. But how do we but we have to ask a hard question: who are riding this wave? We have looked at the data and found that only 30% of India's AI workforce are women, and this is reflecting the barriers to participation. Traditional credit system rely on formal banking history, salary slips, credit scores, but millions of rural women entrepreneurs operate in cash. There is credit invisibility. Despite this high inclusive vision and strong growth, the inclusiveness that these systems need to bring, they are creating more divide and widening the system. We are That is where her eye comes in. We are not just another fintech app. We are inclusive intelligence platform. Our mission is to empower women and rural entrepreneurs by democratizing access to three critical resources: credit, commerce, and coaching. Our plan is aggressive but achievable. 60% higher marketplace visibility for rural products. 1 lakh plus women onboarded across 20 states by 2027. 50% increases rural women loans approved by 2027. So I want Lavish to carry forward.
Okay, so now let's talk about how can we improve her AI's product to make inclusivity practical, scalable, and profitable. So first is the AI coach. We introduce multilingual voice interaction that understands mixed dialects and regional languages. This makes the platform accessible even to first-time digital users. With dynamic intent recognition and pre-structured prompts, the AI understands exactly what the user needs, whether it's loan guidance or sales support, and responds in a clear, simple, and human-like manner. Second is the AI credit. So the traditional credit system ignore women who operate in cash-based or informal economies. Our model integrates community validation, social trust scores, and progressive credit building. This allows women to build credibility through small, successful interactions, while also receiving transparent explanations in their local language. Third is the AI commerce. We equip rural entrepreneurs with AI powered tools that enhance product images, generate optimized descriptions, and provide real time market insights. This improves visibility, competitiveness, and ultimately sales. So, togetherly, these improvements redesign the system around accessibility, trust, and growth, ensuring that inclusion is not just a value statement but a measurable competitive advantage.
Now let's look at the finance and revenue architecture. We will just use social success notes where we will just give low cost debt with interest on achieving rural inclusion targets that we will be getting from government grants and other various schemes. Second would be returnable grants as various entrepreneurs want to give out loans to these MSMEs. So they just kind of build a fund where we can just take out loans and keep on reusing them for future beneficiaries. Second, we will looking at B2B integration with social impact premium, where we will just reaching out to companies with CSR goals, which will help us to build initial fund for giving a launch to a startup. And we will also be getting consultancy revenue streams from the coaching or the advices that we give to these MSMEs or women entrepreneurs. Now let's look at platform monetizing strategy for tiered service architecture. We will be just giving out basic services to community tiers or regions where we can just easily for onboarding initial consumer base. Now then we will add premium features for scaling entrepreneurs, and then we will when they will become enough big and have enough revenue streams, we will just giving them to enterprise tier, which is B2B solutions, which is a whole package for their problems and solutions. Now let's look at data intelligence. We will also be giving market intelligence services like Google Analytics or various other data that sources that we will be collecting from our consumer base, so that they can just analyze market and see what's working and what's not. We will also be giving out risk assessment tools for helping them manage their risk uh, and their debt, restructure their debt, etc. Now let's look at key economic metrics and how we will be just monitoring the platform, which looks at profitability correlation metrics, which is customer lifetime value, inclusion score, and how different users contribute to long-term revenue. Now, then we will just look at financial sustainability indicators, where we will just looking at how the our revenue is diversified among various sectors or the various features that we run on our platform, and predictive inclusion metrics. We will be looking at how many users are actually coming to our platform or just using the various services that we offer, and are they even taking up loans that we offer, or they're just using the various other features that on the platform that are just for onboarding. And for the market expansion indicators, we will just uh, we'll just look for partnership with other businesses that we can do to scale our platform.
Thank you. Now you have heard the vision. Now let's look at under the hood and look at how the operations and technicals work based on the details mentioned in our appendix. Our biggest operational challenge is the linguistic complexity. Why build our own AI? Why don't we use the already existing models like Haiku 4.5 that are quick? Because generic models fail at code switching. In India, people don't speak pure Hindi or pure English. They say stuff like, "Bhaiya, loan ka interest kitna hoga?" A mix of both. A standard model usually breaks it. Operationally, we deployed a dynamic intent library. This is a specialized classification layer that sits between the translation engine. It identifies users' intent, whether they want to sales or go for loans. We back this with IndusTrans 2, which was developed by IIT Madras first year students, and uh, platforms like Bhashini, a language library that was developed by Indian government itself to digitalize localized languages. This reduces misclassification errors and makes our system faster and more context aware. Now let's look at AI credit operations. How do we operationalize a thing such as trust? We have built an AI-based social trust scoring engine where user apply for loan, and the loan details are usually circulated into community circles. We use smart contracts to automate this validation, and then this data is stamped on the blockchain for transparency. Let's say a borrower defaults. What happens? This blockchain automatically adapts to it and lowers the trust score of the whole community. Finally, regarding the AI commerce option, we automate the agency experience. Usually, a seller needs a photographer or a copywriter. After all, the things that look pretty are the only ones that gets it right. So here, the AI image upscaler and smart description writer runs in the background, automatically optimizing every listing in our marketplace. We are ready to deploy. We have the technology. Her AI is building an infrastructure that basically builds a new road for next generation Indian entrepreneurs, having inclusion as our main focus.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, brother.
वही तो पूछो समझ भी आया किसी को क्या बेच क्या रहे हैं ये लोग ये जो तुम एआई से लोन डिसबर्स करोगे तो जो लोग पहले बैठ के सारे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन करते थे उनकी नौकरी तो गई उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कौन लेगा
टेक्निकली हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म से मतलब फिर भी ह्यूमंस यूज होंगे, लेकिन उसकी क्वांटिटी कम हो जाएगी और
तो
वैसे
मतलब
कोई
जॉब्स तो जाएंगी ना किसी की
हमारे पास कोई एम्प्लॉयज ही नहीं, तो उसकी जॉब तो जाएगी नहीं ना।
स्कोप ही तो बढ़ रहा है। ऐसा थोड़ी है, जब कंप्यूटर्स आए थे लोगों को लगता था कि क्या कैलकुलेटर, मैथमेटिशियन, अकाउंटेंट्स इन सब की नौकरी चली जाएगी। These things transform. जब कंप्यूटर आया
So-
तो same article.
So let's say I am an NBFC. I have 10,000 crore of loan book and I use your product. ठीक है? After using your product, what I have realized कि you have helped me improvising 10% in my processes for loan disbursal.
ओके
So technically, I don't need 7 to 10% of my workforce because I am using your AI. So whether I am doing morally right thing to fire those 10% of staff or not? Should I pay you or should I keep that staff?
Pay us.
Why?
Because we are more efficient and
Sir, I'm not-
we are cost efficient and more efficient than them.
Cost benefit analysis.
हाँ.
ठीक है. Okay. Thank you. Yes.